So yeah, race 2 was actually pretty eventful. So like in terms of our driver strategy, I was supposed to start, and then Adam, and then Vin, and then Hung to finish off the race. We actually did stick to the plan, but it wasn't without a couple of hiccups thrown along the way. Adam actually had to install our spare trans the night before, and since it went out in race 1, he later found a bunch of the gears were simply broken and the synchros were totally fried. And as you can see, he actually did the trans job in his race suit, so it's pretty much smelled permanently like, you know, dirty trans fluid since this day.
You can't take the picture. It's embarrassing.
You got this, man. You got this. It's just the transmission. Do you need a breaker bar?
Nope, I need just a larger bar. You can't show that footage. Yeah.
I was actually the starter for the race, and our position was defined by the day before, so, you know, we were starting like, I think mid-pack, maybe like 8th place. The only change that we made to the car was like a set of Advan 852s, and we knew from testing that this tire was pretty resilient on our car, and it might be the fact that there's a 255 width tire on a car that weighs about 2,300 pounds. Tires don't wear that quickly when the car is so light. During my session, I got pretty familiar with the tires quickly, and you know, they're super high grip, they're very confidence inspiring, and they also didn't really seem to overheat for me that much. So with all this newfound confidence that I got, I actually ended up getting the fastest time of the day for our team, and if memory serves me correct, I might have also done it fast in the class, which was a 2:31 for the day. So basically each of us are supposed to drive 2 hours each, because, you know, 4 drivers, 8-hour race, and I ran about an hour 45, maybe an hour 50, and by sheer luck, as I was coming in, the Raceback car broke down on the front straight, and I think it spilled a bunch of oil. At this point in time, I'm already in the pits, we're fueling the car, getting ready to change driver, and as the Raceback car breaks down on the front straight, there's a full course black flag. So I think you can start to see where we gained a little bit of advantage here. We were already fueling, and when all the other cars had to come in, they couldn't fuel the cars because it was a full course black flag, and I'm assuming this is because the safety crews have to tend to the people doing the cleanup on the track surface. So they wouldn't be available to provide safety for people in the pits who, you know, could potentially start a fire by fueling. So we had our car already fueled during downtime, and you know, when they released the cars, we never had to come back in for fuel, whereas a lot of these other teams that were already out for about 2 hours were having to come back into the pits after the release. So we've effectively gained 5 minutes in time, which equates to about, you know, 2 laps. In the first video I posted about NUMMI, I didn't really talk about it too much, but this was all of our first wheel-to-wheel race, and for Adam in particular, he'd only lasted 45 minutes on the first day, and then I believe on race 2 he lasted about an hour 15. But the timeline is as such. You know, I drive for about an hour 50. If you sort of think about how time has progressed so far, you know, I'm in the car for an hour 50, get my pit stop. There's about 40-minute delay, and then Adam goes in the car, and he only lasts an hour 15. This is his second wheel-to-wheel race ever, and, you know, fighting that car sickness, he unfortunately had to come in a little bit sooner. He solved this later on, which is perfect, but for the second race, he only lasted an hour 15. So at this point in time, it was about halfway throughout the race. And that means both Vin and Hung have to do a full 2-hour stint, because there's about 4 hours left in the race. And as Vin was out doing his stint, we actually came to some sort of realization. As long as Vin can stay out for 2 hours and Hung can stay out for 2 hours, and we don't need to fuel them in between their stint, we would have maintained that 5-minute advantage that we got by coming in just in time.
No pressure though, right?
No pressure though, no pressure.
That's a decent amount of pressure.
You guys are literally saying that if I goof, we don't get podium. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much.
Alright. Thanks.
And I'll keep the transmission in the car, and that's what you be driving with that Shannonville. And for these guys, I'll put the other one in.
Yeah, of course.
He's in! He's in.
Good job!
Nice job getting
Let's
through
go!
Helmets down. say?
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left, so we're gonna fucking fill this right into the room, man. Our stint was unbelievable. Go, 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 go. We need you to hit a certain part, stay out, and mint. Hit it right on the spot.
Dude, I was down to below the low, like E is like this, right?
So did you feel any sputtering or anything?
No sputtering. So and I just left it in 5th.
Yeah.
The whole f***ing way around. Predicted was showing 42s.
Yeah.
So when the needle goes to light, then it goes to E, then it goes to the last E. So E is like this letter with 3 horizontal checks. The lowest check is when I went in.
That's good.
And it was a full hour and 52 is what my stint time said.
Because you stayed out for 2 hours, if Hung maintains 2 hours here, we'd be on podium.
Exactly.
If nothing else happens right now, like the whole situation stays the same.
Yeah. He's got us preserved though, right? Like,
yeah.
Like realistically, and it's getting cooler, so hopefully that helps the trans. Use the brakes, use the tires, because those things are mega.
So now the Neo 52, any issues?
Race. Let's go buy like a ton of stickers.
Yeah.
I'm paying for a ton of stickers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm buying a ton of stickers. It's on me. I felt.
That was amazing.
I felt incredible.
Yeah.
They're good tires. Let run out of fuel, it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
At least we know what we can take it to. Like, the thing is that MR2 now is behind Hung, and he still has to pit. And he's behind him, so it worked out perfectly.
How do we know this?
What?
How do we know this?
Because driver change required.
Yeah, driver change within the time. They already did their driver change, and they have to do another one.
You can't be in the car longer than 2 hours.
Yes.
Oh, they did it like
We saw them.
what?
Yeah,
Okay.
we saw them when they came
We were
in
the first person to do their last driver.
because of my 1 hour and 15
We just ran a 34, guys.
He's feeling the tires, man. He's never
What were
driven
the pressures?
25 front, 24 rear. Actually, a little bit higher, like 26. So Vin's getting out of the car next to Hung's turn, and he basically had a responsibility to last 2 hours in his session, but he also knew he had to maintain our position in the race. So he's got to drive a little bit faster because most of the other teams are more experienced at Calabogie. This was our first weekend there. So we actually had to drive the car hard within at least our own standards. And yeah, Hung was going very fast. He was doing like 234s, right? So.
All right, Hung, we gotta give you more fuel and send it.
But I think Hung sent it a little bit too hard because he had to like come in early, like about an hour into his stint, meaning we had to refuel him sooner than we wanted to. And that sort of like throws away our whole 5-minute advantage that we got earlier by coming off in time. So I guess Hung's sort of self-defined technique was to just full send, maintain the gap, and then even if he had to come back in, we knew our car was a little bit faster than some of the other GT2 cars, so it was just a matter of Hung staying out, doing fast lap after fast lap, knowing that he had a bunch of fuel in the car to do so. So yeah, he ends up coming back into the pits. We give him some extra gas, and then he's basically full send for the rest of the day. He's coming. Hey Hung, white flag. Let's go.
Checker.
Yes. Good job. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, dude, that was the end. You did it. P3.
Look at that. First event.
Rookie effort, guys.
Rookie team.
There it goes. Yeah!
mean we're podium? Huh? Oh, okay. Yo, whoever thought of the pit strategy? Whose idea was that?
Well, all of ours, because you had a third of the tank left, you ass. That was your idea. That was your idea.
Yo, oh.
Dude, I'm gonna help you. Sorry for all that confusion.
It's all good, man.
You did so
All I know is I'm glad the radio worked.
Yeah, it's a those earbuds. It's those earbuds.
Team director right
team
here.
director. Yo, this guy.
Team director.
We're so focused on not dying, and this guy's like, I think you can podium.
Yes.
One of the AO50 on left front's yeah.
Yo,
But it made
I
it.
wrecked them.
It made it. It made it. It's corded.
They're on cords.
Yeah. For the front.
Yo, you saw my times kept going up.
Yeah,
right?
but you're still doing 42s, 38s.
The other three are
Buddy,
the left.
buddy.
The other three are mint. It's the left front.
Rotated.
You know, yeah, we could have done that.
We could have done that, right, on a pit stop? Yeah, we could have. But we were so excited.
Yeah,
Or we do a
we
fifth.
had the time. That's the
do a
sad
fifth
part.
tire and change it halfway.
Yeah.
Yo, that's the sad part. We had the time.
Yeah. Well, we had lots of time. If I told you that you could have backed up to 45s. Or more, you could have done.
So why'd you guys tell me to send it?
Because we were like,
You were having so much fun.
you're having fun.
All right, man. We make the mistake once. We make the mistake once. We
Yeah.
rotate next time.
Yeah,
we learn now.
Yeah, exactly. We learn now.
This is
And
wild.
This team is actually going to get an additional award because, in my opinion, they had just the right attitude this weekend. They showed up, and on Saturday they said, we just want to finish. And they did finish. And now today they're on the podium. So they're going to get that $300 simulator gift certificate for the HIP simulator facility. And this goes to 4-5 Team NUMMI.
Nice.
I didn't expect that at all.
I burnt them, man.
That's fine. That was the testing. We were just testing if these tires can last 8 hours. And the 3 can. The 1 can.
So yeah, that was like our second race. We were all really stoked to, first of all, finish both races full 8 hours without breakdowns during the race. And then we're also stoked that we got a podium position on our first race weekend. Like, we couldn't believe it. We were all so surprised at just how reliable the car was, how resilient we were, and operating on low manpower, right? We were only 5 people. You know, some other teams brought a bunch of people into their paddock, and COVID rules only limited each team to 5, but you know, some other teams broke those rules. But we were on limited manpower. We did everything we could to, you know, sort of finish that race weekend as smoothly as possible. But honestly, it was like, the car made it so easy for us to have just a ton of fun. The other thing we learned is that we really appreciate the Lucky Dog Canada Racing Series for just being so well run. Everything was organized, and we're happy to race in this series for real. So we were like, yeah, this is where we belong. We're gonna keep finishing off the season. We're really excited to do like Shannonville and return to Calabogie again at the end of the season. But yeah, basically that was it for our second race. The car was amazing. The tires were amazing. Gosh, the RS4s on the first day lasted great. The AO52s, like as you saw, the AO52 actually quartered itself by the end of the day, but that's also because I was screwing up as a driver and I was giving too much steering input, and Hung was just setting it by the end of the day to maintain our position for podium. I don't know of a lot of wheel-to-wheel endurance racing teams that are running AO52s, and I really just can't wait for more of that tire. Right, Ben?
I'm paying for a ton of stickers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm buying a ton of stickers. It's on me.
Yeah.
I'm paying for a ton of stickers.
Yeah, paying for a ton of stickers.